Hello, I'm VJ Karana. Welcome to My Australia, the show about people from overseas having Australian experiences. Coming up today, Tony goes swimming with sharks, Xiao Xia hosts a makeup party, and Jasmine gets herself a winter makeover. I have to say, I'm actually a little bit scared of sharks. Whenever I go swimming, I try not to think about them. But our first guest, Tony, is actually about to search them out. I can't watch.
My name is Tony. I'm from China. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, so I guess really developed a very close relationship with my grandma. I made my decision to come to Australia about 5 years ago and studied here for about 2 years. I live in the eastern suburb of Sydney. The building I live is in 1920s, really Art Deco building, but it gives you a feeling that it's a home. I work for a film company for marketing. It's mainly about online campaign. My typical day now would be get up about 8 o'clock and doing some morning exercise and stretching. And then I'll come back, start to do my daily work. And then I will go to the gym to try to keep myself fit. I guess it's really a relaxing lifestyle in Australia, and I can do a lot of things that I really want to, and people won't judge you on what you do. I've been volunteering with one of the organizations in Sydney for about more than 2 years now. It's ACON, stands for AIDS Council New South Wales. I guess for volunteering work, I get much more than I ever give. I more appreciate the people around me, like I start to hug people and everything. And you really feel that intimacy of people. And they always tell me, one hug a day keeps doctor away. So I guess that's something I've learned. I have never ever been swimming with a shark before. When I first hear that, I said, oh my God, that can be an experience. Hopefully I won't be become the food. I'm a bit nervous this morning when I wake up. You get close to the most dangerous creature in this world. But, I said to myself, you can do it, Tony.
My job is to take members of the public diving inside an aquarium. We scuba dive inside our largest tank, the Oceanarium, with 8 grey nurse sharks. Part of the tank. When people arrive here, they don't know how to scuba dive. But when they leave, they've learned how to scuba dive, and they've also learned a lot about the marine environment and the animals that live inside, particularly sharks. Today, we're diving with grey nurse sharks. Every single one of these large sharks are grey nurse sharks. So grey nurse sharks are pretty special because they're a critically endangered species. Critically endangered means that they're one step away from being extinct. So to be allowed to dive with these sharks while they're still around is pretty special. Okay, over here on this side where the sand is, this is the feeding area for the sharks. So we don't take you into the feeding area for obvious reasons, so the sharks don't think it's feeding time.
So I feel a little bit better now. I guess I can cope it and looking forward to it now.
Okay, what happens if there's water in there and you shout the number 2 is the water comes shooting out these exhaust ports with your bubbles. Cool, so it's like this. And keep breathing.
I've got some wetsuit gear for you to wear, so it's going to keep you a bit warm.
Okay.
We like tight black rubber in this place. There we go. Pull your shoulders back. That's it. Yeah, excellent.
Oh, that's a yoga.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Keeps the family jewels safe.
Oh, this feels nice.
It does. Right, it's like sucking on a straw to start with. Whenever you're ready, that's right. Lean forward, place your face into the water, breathe through the regulator. Are you okay so far? Show me an okay sign if you are. Very good. You've just shown that you can do everything that's needed to look after yourself while you're underwater. Okay.
There was a big drama when I first got into the tank because there was a big stingray just blocked the whole entrance, and the instructors, Jamie and Chris, tried to push him away so we can get in. I felt a little bit nervous when I first got in because the water suddenly got deeper comparing to the training tank. It's a bit scary at the beginning, like when you see the teeth, you know, the sharp one, and also the eyes is really scary look. I guess the longer I stay in the tank, the more comfortable I feel with. There's heaps of normal fish, like the normal one we can, you know, actually see every day. It's a good feeling when we sort of walking just along the flow with the fish. I really enjoy that. At the beginning, I thought I'm going to be scared of all the big sharks, you know, big animals, what if they bite me? But actually, when I get in, I guess the concerns goes to how I can keep my balance, just walking around in the tank, make myself enjoy the whole experience. You can, you know, make the sign language underneath the water.
Yes, yes.
That's a great feeling when you don't have to talk. It was a wonderful experience for me to get into the water, to get really close to all this, the ocean animals, the fish, especially the sharks, stingrays, and everything. Like, it's nearly like I can touch them, and I guess I can never have an opportunity to get really close to them.
My personal feeling about sharks is that they're the most misunderstood animal on the planet. They've been alive on the planet for about 500 million years. They're the earliest fossilised records of sharks. So they have an amazing scientific and natural heritage that needs to be protected.
Although I swim with the shark, they're really like dangerous creature in this world, but they really endanger themselves because we don't have too many of those left, and they're sort of on the edge of extinction. I guess that's something we should think about, always protect our environment to make this planet more beautiful so that we can enjoy those things more often. Another thing for the whole swimming with sharks, I think, make me probably more like to take more challenges in my life in the future, and also make me to appreciate that how nice it is just standing land with no water around you, that you don't have to manage to breathe, you don't have to manage to keep your balance. I guess that makes me appreciate whatever we have now, and I guess that's a good thing to do.
That didn't look too scary after all, but I don't think I'll be doing it anytime soon. Now, our next guest, Xiao Xia, has a great story behind her move to Australia and a pretty interesting job. Let's tag along as she hosts a makeup party.
My name is Xiao Xia. I come from China, one of the small city called Panzhihua. It is a heavy industry city. I've got a lovely family in China, but unfortunately, my mom and dad, they passed away 5 years ago, and I got two young brothers. They both married. I graduated from Music Academy in China, and I have been a music director in a university for nearly 20 years before I came here. Whenever I perform, I always have my mom's photo sit beside me so I can see her, and that makes me feel calm. I will never ever forget what did I feel first time when I come here and I saw the beautiful ocean. I can't believe why it is that wide and clean and clear and blue. You know, I just can't believe this. I'm living in Devonport, in Tasmania. And it's because my husband, he's Australian, he lives in here.
The common grounding for us both was the fact that we were both Mary Kay consultants, and Xiao Xia in China and myself here.
Yeah, and we do have some argue. We do argue with the how the way we control the stock, the way we work is a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes we do argue. We do argue lots. I'm packing stuff for demonstration for my party this afternoon. Yeah, I want to make sure I got everything, like some product for demonstration. Did you put the colors in all of them in here?
Yes, they're all of the samples are in there.
I'm very excited about each of my party because I know there will be some ladies that's new for me, and it's another opportunity for me to represent our company and beautiful product. I'm preparing for my party, and I have seen my guests. They are lovely, so I'm so looking forward to work with them, and I can tell they are getting excited about this as well. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Xiao Xia. I'm consultant with Mary Kay, and I was Mary Kay consultant when I was in China. You know, hand is very, very important for you to concern about, because whenever we shake, if we say hi to someone, we shake hand, you know. So, by the way, I pamper myself as well. Is that okay? Thank you. Welcome. Sorry. Oh, thank you very much for doing this. Oh, makes it easier for me. I'm very proud of myself to be a consultant and work with people who speak English, because that is a big challenge for me. And then when you use age-fighting moisturizer, I think my English they understand, even with a very strong Chinese accent, but that is acceptable. And I think that is part of my charm, so which is good, you know. I'm very, very happy with this. Yeah. Everywhere, including your eyes. Yeah. This job is because it is a direct selling, and they ask you to be strong. For example, if I ask this customer, say, would you be interested to try? Some might say yes, some might say no. You have to be stronger when people say no to you. So step by step, day by day, you gradually build your confidence. I think this is something I do think is very valuable of this job. Caramel. 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 Oh, that's funny. Oh, I really have to say thank you to all of you girls. Really put up with my English, you know. Sometimes you have to guess, you know.
I think she is, yeah. She takes the fun. She's a good character. We all love her.
Xiao Xia gives great advice, so she knows prior to the party what kind of skin you have. You fill out the card and she'll show you to the right products for your skin type.
Australia being a multicultural country, really, because they don't feel strange or there is a Chinese doing Mary Kay consultant. They feel this is just a normal thing.
I think Xiao Xia and all of us are all very, very similar. There's, you know, there might be a slight language barrier which Xiao Xia's overcome anyway, so very proud of Xiao Xia.
The one thing is the same. Ladies all like beauty, you know. This is no harm for them to pay a little bit of attention to themselves. Let them feel good, look good. Have you got anything you are allergic to?
No, but some of the products like make my skin really, really dry.
Yes. Yeah. Your skin is very dry. Okay. I use this one because my skin this side is dry. Here is oil. And I'm having pimple problem. So I have been using the skin product for young skin. Yep. Yeah, and acne as well. So do you want me to put on order for you this one? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I really want to say is that I'm very, very proud of myself being a migrant Imagine I come from China to here, where the culture is totally different, the language is totally different. And we have to face in so many difficulties and to have to overcome, have to be very strong to mix with community and to start a new life. And then there's so many things are waiting for us to do. So I'm really proud of myself and all of our migrants because they not only just come here and go, they stay here and they devoted themselves to this new country and to show their love to this country. So for this point, I do think as a migrant, we are very proud of ourselves.
Love your work, Xiao Xia. After the break, we hang out with Jasmine as she gets a winter makeover and find out what some people here would like to make over in their lives. Stick around. Hi guys, just want to ask you a couple of questions about changing your appearance. What's the most radical appearance change you've ever done?
I used to have long hair since last year until here.
And why did you cut it off?
I just want a new haircut, so I cut it into here.
I had a big afro like a year ago, and then I cut it off and got this. And that was a big change for me.
Hair's a big thing. I would definitely say hair. Yeah, that's what makes the girl, I reckon. Hair. So yeah.
Makeover could be a haircut, changing clothing, the style, perhaps some makeup or plastic surgery.
Do you know anyone who's had plastic surgery?
Yes.
What did they do?
Had their nose fixed up.
Well, I changed my glasses, changed my appearance. I changed into skinnier jeans. I don't know.
I made it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, you're responsible for this makeover?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And are you happy with the way it turned out?
Yeah.
Can you describe how he looked before this?
Oh, not good. He was. First of all, it doesn't have to do with style, but he was a bit bigger. Like he didn't work out very much, and his clothes were.
White jeans and
like wider and a little bit sloppy, and he looked a little bit like a snob, and now he looks cool.
And you got the coloured contact lenses in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you get those?
Because I think they're really pretty.
What's the most radical thing you guys have ever done to your appearance?
Yes, pierce my nipples.
Most radical thing I did, I used to have hair halfway down my back and I cut it all off.
I really like my hair. I love my hair so much.
That's great. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers. See you later. Well, that's what some of these people think about makeovers. Jasmine's about to get one. Let's see how she gets on.
My name is Jasmine Yao. I'm from Alor, Kedah, which is the north part of Malaysia. I grew up in a family with high expectations. My parents worked really hard, expected us to do well in school. And my mom invested a lot in me. She sent me for lots of classes, took part in lots of competitions, speech, singing competitions, math, storytelling, art competitions. It was always about doing well. I spent 2 years in Singapore, finishing my last 2 years of high school. And then I started my journalism degree in KL before I came here. The standard of English and the standard of journalism is much higher here compared to back home where there's a restricted freedom of the press. So I think it prepares me better to be a journalist. I live near to uni in a house which I share with 4 other people. When I first moved in, I had to get used to their routines. I'm trying to sleep and they're making all this noise in the kitchen. Like, oh! But after a while, you get used to it. You go with the flow. The best thing about living here, 1 minute away from uni, is that you can always go over any time to the computer pools which are open 24 hours. So we always go there together and do assignments until 3 a.m. and that's fun. I think I was excited about coming to Australia But I guess one of the concerns would be about the Australian accent. Because I've met a few of my friends who stayed here for a while and come back, and they're just not Malaysian anymore. They speak differently, they think differently, I think. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to become more Australianized or not. I guess I would want to try and understand things from an Australian perspective, if there's such a thing. But at the same time, I think I still really like where I come from, who I am, and what defines me as a Malaysian, and I'd like to keep that.
I'm at the biggest shopping centre in Adelaide, and I'm gonna look for some new clothes. It's my first winter in Australia, and I don't really know what exactly to wear. I've been to cold places before. I was in Korea and it was -20 and I was out there camping in the snow. And I thought I would be fine coming to Australia where winter's, well, not even 0. It's cold when I wake up in the morning and sometimes it just becomes a bit harder to get out of bed. Hi.
Hello, how are you? I'm Danielle.
Good, thanks. Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Lovely to meet you. I'm your Westfield stylist today.
So you'll be shopping with me for winter clothes?
I will. I'll be taking you around, showing you the new trends that are out and what works really well for your body shape.
Okay, I'm really excited.
Excellent. Well, let's get started.
Okay, sure. My mom thinks it's very important to look good. And she thinks that I don't put enough effort into how I look. And when I go to uni and when I see the girls all dressed up, I don't want to feel out of place. I want to be dressed appropriately for the occasion and I want to look nice.
The cropped length of this is really great for your body shape because you are quite petite. So you don't get lost in the big length of a longer blazer.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that I had a petite figure and what I needed was to elongate my look. So she gave me tips like wearing long accessories and a higher cut jeans and tops that sort of went outwards at the bottom.
They look cute on you.
I think getting the advice of a personal shopper gives you the opportunity to ask questions right there on the spot when you're shopping for clothes. Things that the assistants at the shop might not necessarily tell you. Is it nice?
It's actually really cute. You do get a lot of women that don't have a whole lot of clue when it comes to fashion. It's not an unusual thing. So it's really rewarding for me to be able to dress them, make them look good, make them feel good. If you look good on the outside, I can pretty much guarantee you feel good on the inside.
Yeah, I've gained some very useful knowledge today and I think I've become more open to the types of clothes that I'll buy or I'll wear in the future. So that's really good. Make you look smaller and small bags. I think what I know about makeup is really basic. I Googled it up on the internet, so I followed some of the YouTube videos that I found and yeah, just sort of practiced myself. No one's really taught me. So you put foundation on the eye bags as well?
Not right up under the eyes. We use a concealer for that. And the reason being is that...
Sensitive.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. This is what we call a kabuki brush.
Kabuki?
Kabuki, yeah. So it's fantastic for really buffing in product on the face.
My makeup artist, Lisa, she taught me very useful tips on using different brushes and the kind of color to use that suits my face. I used to think that what really matters is who you are inside, but I think as I grew up, I gradually learned that, that's just something you use to comfort yourself sometimes. I think it's important to learn how to look good. It's important to pay attention to the way you present yourself.
So what do you think?
Yeah, it looks really natural. I like it.
Yeah, you're happy with it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
You're welcome, Jasmine. Thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you. I've always had this look. Whenever I went to a hairdresser in Malaysia, they would never want to do anything else for me. They said this is the look that suited me the most. I had a round face, can't do anything else.
Asian hair especially has no movement, no bend, no curl. So I'm going to give you some light, natural waves, a little bit Victoria's Secret looking.
I was amazed at how she transformed my straight hair into a wavy, loose kind of look and just pinned it all up. In half an hour, I thought that was amazing.
Toss it right over. Woo! Just like that.
I love the loose curls. I love how it's being pinned up. I think she really did a great job. I'm so happy.
Looks wonderful, doesn't it? Really suits you. Massive difference to how you walked in. How do you feel though? Comfortable with it?
Yeah.
And it's not too short, hasn't sprung it up too much.
Yeah. I was stressed. My heart was pounding. Like, embarrassed actually to see my friends. They don't normally see me dressed like that.
You need to return.
It was a bit awkward, I think, especially when I'm the only one dressed up. But I think they liked how I look, so it was good. The session today has made me realize that there are certain things that are really worth investing into. I'm definitely gonna take pictures of myself and show my mom, see what she thinks of this, see whether she likes it. I'd be surprised if she thinks it doesn't look good.
She looks beautiful and hopefully she'll be warm through the winter too. Well, that's it for My Australia today. Here's what's on the show next week. Scheifel goes hot air ballooning, Frankie visits an adventure playground with his family, and Christina stretches her legs on Perth's famous walk, Jacob's Ladder. See you then.